What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate y'all for connecting with me today. And the topic now is about being humble. Now, being humble is kind of a gray area thing because people tell you should be humble, whatever. And I don't really agree. I'm not so sure that you should be humble. What's the best way I can put this? I think that if you have, things that you've accomplished, you have accolades in your life, you absolutely deserve bragging rights. You absolutely deserve to be proud of your accomplishments. It's like some people never want you to ever acknowledge your own accomplishments. They're like, oh, you should be humble, you should be humble. It's like you should just bust your butt, get this and that done, but always be quiet about it. And I really don't think that's the way to be. I think you should be proud of your accomplishments. I think a bit of bragging about your accomplishments is also a good thing. I don't think that's a negative thing. And I also believe that in most cases, the people that are kind of trying to shun you and telling you to be humble and not brag and whatnot, it's because they have no accomplishments themselves to brag about, and it makes them feel some kind of way to hear you going on about your achievements when they have none. Because please believe, if they did have something to brag about, you wouldn't be able to shut them up. The very people that want you to be quiet about things that you should be proud of, you wouldn't be able to shut them up if they had something to brag about. So that's my feelings about being humble. I think that being a little too braggy can be a problem. Being a little too cocky, too full of yourself can be a problem. But I don't believe that you should at all times not only be quiet about your accomplishments, but in many cases, people want you to downplay your accomplishments. Like, not only do they not want you to speak of your accomplishments, but in the event that you do, they want you to tell a version of your accomplishments where you're downplaying it, where what you did is not as great as it really is. And I don't agree with that either. So you are either given the option of never speaking of your accomplishments, or if you're allowed to speak of your accomplishments, you're supposed to downplay them as if they're less significant than what they really were. Neither one of those are good options in my opinion. If you have accomplishments, it's okay to be proud of them. If you have accomplishments, it's okay to brag about them to a certain extent. I'm not saying use your accomplishments to berate other people and make them feel bad, but oftentimes, if they do feel that way, it really is because they have no accomplishments of their own to speak of. So them telling you to be humble is not genuine. It's coming from a place of jealousy. When you're trying and you're accomplishing things and others are sitting back as spectators of what you're doing, that raises jealous feelings. Instead of doing what they need to do to get something to brag about themselves, accomplish something themselves that they could feel good about, they instead don't want to hear about yours. They want you to just sweep what you've done under the rug and pretend like it never happened so that they can feel good about themselves. And you don't want to start downplaying yourself. You don't want to start talking down on yourself for the sake of making others feel good. Don't talk down on yourself ever. You are a person capable of great things, and it's important that you always remember that and remind yourself of it if need be. So don't talk down on yourself ever, even in a joking manner, and definitely don't talk down on yourself to make other people feel good about themselves so that they can feel like they have been doing more than what they actually have. If they have nothing to brag about, that's their problem, not yours. It's not your job to make them feel good about being lazy, being unproductive, or just simply not accomplishing anything. Just like you got off of your butt and did whatever it is that you did that you're proud of, that you have a degree for, or got some promotion for, or got some windfall in cash to get paid for, whatever it is, they're capable of doing the same thing They're just choosing not to, and that's not your problem. That's their problem. That's not a you problem. That's a them problem. It's up to them to fix it. Never, ever alter yourself for the sake of making other people around you feel comfortable. So that's all I got to say on that subject, you guys. Appreciate y'all for connecting with me as usual. If you like this video here, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.